Think about the last time you felt genuinely, quietly happy. Not excited, not distracted, just good. When was that? For most people, it's hard to answer, and that's not because life is terrible. It's because we've been chasing happiness in completely the wrong direction. We were told the formula was simple. Work harder, achieve more, get the thing, then feel it. But here's what the science actually says. Your salary, your relationship status, even where you live, accounts for only about 10% of your happiness. 10%. Psychologist Sonia Lyubomirsky spent years studying this. Half of your happiness is shaped by genetics, the baseline you were born with. But the remaining 40%, that's yours. Completely yours. It lives in your daily choices, your small rituals, the quiet things you do before the world even notices you're awake. That 40% is what this video is about. Today, we're going through 6 specific research-backed habits that work with your brain's chemistry, not against it. Not vague advice, not think positive. 6 habits. Science has consistently linked to a deeper, more lasting sense of well-being. Stay until the end. Because the last habit is the quietest one. But it might be the most fundamental shift of all. Let's start. Before we go into the habits, you need to understand one thing about your brain. It was not designed to make you happy. Its job is to keep you alive. And for most of human history, that meant scanning for threats and remembering pain more vividly than pleasure. Psychologists call this the negativity bias, ancient engineering that still runs quietly in the background all day, every day. This is why a single criticism sticks longer than 10 compliments. Why one bad morning can color an entire day. Your brain isn't being dramatic. It's doing exactly what it was built to do. But here's the good news. Your brain has neuroplasticity, the ability to physically rewire itself through repeated experience. Every time you practice one of these habits, you're not just having a good moment. You're laying down a new neural pathway. You're making happiness slightly more automatic. Not a one-time feeling, a new default. And it starts with something so simple, most people overlook it completely. Habit 1. The morning anchor. Most people grab their phone within 60 seconds of waking up. And without realizing it, they've handed control of their mood to whatever the world throws at them first. A stressful email, bad news, someone else's highlight reel. Instead, before anything else, take 60 seconds to simply notice you're awake. Breathe. No input, no scrolling, just presence. Research shows this single pause lowers cortisol, your primary stress hormone, and sets a calmer emotional tone for the entire day. You're not just starting the day, you're choosing how to start it. Habit 2. The gratitude rewrite. Your brain scans for problems automatically. Gratitude is the manual override. Neuroscience shows that writing down just 3 things you're grateful for each day physically rewires the brain's attention system over time. The neural circuits that detect positive experience become stronger with use. Just like a muscle, you're not forcing positivity. You're training your brain to notice what's already good. 1 sentence, 3 things, small input, profound shift. Habit 3. The body signal. Exercise isn't just physical. It's one of the most powerful mood regulators science has ever identified. Even 5 minutes of movement, a walk, some stretching, anything that gets you out of your head and into your body, triggers a release of endorphins and serotonin. Leading researchers have found that regular movement can be as effective as antidepressants for mild to moderate low mood. That's not a motivational quote. That's a clinical finding. Your body and mind are not separate systems. Move the body, and the mind follows. Habit 4. The human moment. We are not built for isolation. Humans are deeply biologically wired for connection. It's not a preference, it's a need. As fundamental as food or sleep, 1 genuine human interaction per day, a real conversation, eye contact, presence, not a text, not a like, something that actually makes another person feel seen. The longest happiness study ever conducted, over 80 years of data from Harvard, found that the quality of our relationships is the single strongest predictor of long-term well-being. Not wealth, not achievement, not status, connection. Habit 5, the presence practice. Anxiety lives in the future. Regret lives in the past. Happiness only exists right now. And yet most of us spend very little time actually here. We're mentally replaying yesterday or rehearsing tomorrow, while the present moment passes unnoticed. Even 5 minutes of mindfulness, focusing on your breath, your surroundings, the sensation of simply being here, reduces the mental noise that quietly drains your energy all day. Studies show it lowers anxiety, improves emotional regulation, and over time, increases baseline happiness. You don't need an app, you don't need a cushion. You just need to stop, breathe, and notice where you actually are. Habit 6. The meaning thread. This is the quiet one. The one most people skip because it doesn't feel urgent. Research in positive psychology consistently shows that happiness alone isn't enough. What humans need, at a deep, almost biological level, is meaning. A sense that what you're doing matters. To someone. To something beyond yourself. It doesn't have to be grand. Helping a colleague through a hard day. Calling a parent just to check in. Creating something small that didn't exist before. Acts of contribution activate a part of the brain that pure pleasure simply cannot reach. Psychologists distinguish between two kinds of well-being: hedonic happiness, the pleasure of getting what you want, and eudaimonic well-being, the deeper satisfaction of living with purpose. The first fades, the second accumulates. Meaning is the foundation happiness is built on. Without it, even a good life can feel hollow. Here's something worth sitting with. We live in a culture that treats happiness like a destination. Like there's a version of your life just slightly ahead of where you are now, where everything finally clicks. But science keeps pointing to the same truth. The people who wait for happiness rarely find it. The people who build it, quietly, daily, through small intentional acts, can't seem to lose it. None of the 6 habits we covered are about getting more. They're all about being more present, more connected, more intentional. That's the pattern researchers keep finding, across cultures, across decades, across every major happiness study ever conducted. The good life isn't louder than your current one. It's just more deliberate. You already knew most of this. That's the strange thing about happiness research. It rarely surprises us. It just reminds us of what we keep forgetting. That slowing down matters. That people matter. That meaning matters. The habits we covered today don't require a perfect morning routine or a complete life overhaul. They just require a little intention, repeated consistently, until they become the way you naturally move through the world. Pick just one habit from today. 1. Try it genuinely for the next 5 days, and notice what shifts. Even something small counts. Because that's how this works. Not in grand transformations. In quiet, daily decisions that slowly, almost invisibly, change everything.